Test, test, test. Cock a motherfucking doodle doo. Cock a motherfucking doodle doo, y'all. Oh yeah, you can definitely hear them roosters. So next door to the co-working space is a house, and you could say they got some roosters. You could say they got some roosters in their front yard. So is AI going to take my job? And how many years do I have, basically? That's the question of the day. So right now I'm testing out this StreamYard. Apparently it streams to vertical and also horizontal at the same time. New YouTube feature. And it can save your recording in 4K. Basically what I'm trying to do is get the setup locked in for the upcoming season here at the co-working space here in Bali. Outside is the next door neighbors. They got some roosters. And I mean, if you ever been to a developing country or Southeast Asia, you know that folks got roosters. So I don't know if this guy's training them to be like fighters or if they're just, I don't know. You guys can tell me. But do roosters only cock-a-doodle-doo in the morning at sunrise? Or when do they cock-a-doodle-doo? I think it's whenever the sun comes out. So right now the rain just stopped and it's getting brighter, and now they're starting to cock-a-doodle-doo. So let's ask ChatGPT. Yo, Chatty, when do roosters cock-a-doodle-doo? Is it just in the morning, or what triggers it? What's the deal, man? Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. My bad. Wait. Oh, there we go. God damn it. There we go. The morning. They will crow when they see other roosters nearby. When they sense threat, something changes in light levels suddenly. excited or stressed. Even in total darkness, they kept a 24-hour rhythm. Yeah, triggered by light. I've noticed that throughout the few months here. Normally when it's really bright out, they'll be loud. Or if there's some clouds or some rain and then it gets bright again. Funny. So this co-working space is super awesome. I'm complaining about a first world problem in not a third world country, in a developing country, but they got roosters, man. Moral of the story is you will never have all problems fixed. There will always be problems. Yo, live broadcaster, how did you even find this? You're a live broadcaster person. How did you find my live broadcast test, man? And where are you at in the world, bro? Now, my hope is that the recording will be 4K, because truth of the matter is I just hired a YouTube like agency they have a done for you service, thumbnails, ideation, channel management, titles, A/B testing. So I'm gonna try that out. He says videos that are 4K perform better in the algorithm on YouTube. I mean, I don't doubt it, but I mean, the most important thing, obviously, I know is the actual video. And I've been using Restream, which is right over here. But the recordings are maxed at 1080. And it would be cool to live stream some podcast interviews, and then you can download it in 4K, ideally. Oh, on the mobile version. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to check the mobile, YouTube mobile, and see if that's working. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Damn, them motherfuckers loud, dog. But it's been a nice... Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm signed into a different account, and it's got the nice vertical live stream right there at the top. So YouTube is now trying to get into that style. Promote their live streams more with a vertical Instagram style. And that looks pretty good quality, man. It looks crispy. With a vertical Instagram it does look pretty crispy. Style. And that looks pretty good quality, man. It looks crispy. Oh, sorry. D-Town, Queen Bee, Rage Guy. Who are you guys? Like, curious. Did you find this like randomly, or are you a subscriber? Or do you know me? Or... . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . So if I go to subscriptions tab, yeah, your subscriptions tab. Okay, so you have an option to click on the vertical or the horizontal live stream when you go to the subscriptions tab. Interesting, interesting. Interesting. Oh, I can see the comments on here. I searched StreamYard and filtered live. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about AI taking jobs. I've actually been building through it myself. I believe if we don't use AI now to make money, we will be left behind. Great conversation starter. Let's go ahead and get into that because that's actually what I wanted to talk about. Ahem. So, curious, how old are you, live broadcaster? What is your current career situation, and what are your main concerns? Because what I'm about to do is I'm about to pencil out exactly what's going to happen over the next 5 to 10 years. How do I know? Well, of course, no one has a crystal ball, but I've been following this AI thing like since 2012, like for like 13 years. How? Well, through YouTube. I'm a science nerd, and I've been following like the Peter Diamanduses, the Ray Kurzweils, and Lex Friedman. I followed Lex Friedman's podcast since it was called Lex Friedman Artificial Intelligence Podcast. Fun fact, that was the first name of it. And one of his first interviews ever was with Elon Musk. And that's how Lex Friedman blew up. And then he changed it to just Lex Friedman Podcast. "40 years old in e-discovery for 12 years. I have been around technology my whole life. I build websites and small businesses on the side." Yeah. What's e-discovery? But yeah, building websites for small businesses. Yeah, digital space, just like me. I have an Amazon marketing agency. And I mean, to explain AI, what's going to happen, you kind of got to go back to the to the beginning of the universe. And then we're going to go up here, talking about evolution. So it starts with the Big Bang, and then we have evolution of galaxies, and then evolution of stars / solar systems, and then planets, and then life, and then AI. What's AI? Artificial life / intelligence. Is it artificial? Well, from an alien looking at Earth from afar, obviously nothing's artificial for them. It's just, oh, that's what is happening on that planet. So what's happened and now, life has evolved really slowly. It's taken billions of years, 4 billion years about the age of the planet. And now life has evolved with organic. I happen to be a biochemistry major, so just kind of a background. I know a little bit about this stuff. Life has evolved. It's taken 4 billion years to evolve intelligence. Wet, organic, brained intelligence. And we are really intelligent to where we can build this massive society. Glad that it sounds great so far. Do you mean in terms of audio quality or like the content that I'm talking about? But then right now, like 2020s, like this decade, this is 4 billion years in the making, and the age of the universe is 12 billion years. That's 12 billion years in the making, and then the age of the planet, 4 billion years. Which is basically, it's hard to comprehend if anyone can actually even comprehend. Basically forever. An eternity. Like that's how evolution works, which is why it's hard to comprehend with our brains how evolution works, because it takes so long, so much trial and error to develop a cell and then an organism. And then all of a sudden here in the 2020s, we finally figured out how to duplicate our brains without biology. So we've made computers, and then computers are now basically smarter than us. And once organic life has invented digital/artificial life that can duplicate like that at an instant. It can duplicate its intelligence. It doesn't need sex and then 9 months to make a baby and then 20 years to grow to a fully grown brain. No, it can just go boop, straight up in terms of its intelligence. It can scale almost infinitely faster. So what's going to happen over the next 5 to 10 years with jobs? To cut to the chase, there's going to be basically a new population of artificial intelligence people. These is humanoid robots. It's happening now. Tesla's unveiling them. The other company just unveiled them. So over the next, in our lifetime, coming years, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, robots, artificial people, it's got ChatGPT version 10 inside. You can talk to it, can do lots of stuff. It's going to be able to do even physical things. The digital things, they're already replacing zillions and zillions of jobs. Already, it's already happened. I mean, already the unemployment / computers taking human jobs is just going to keep going up, and it's just going to keep going up. And eventually, to jump to the end, we're going to be in a future society where the word job is like It's not gonna, our life is not gonna be based around, exactly. You're not gonna need to work. Now, that brings us to, what is the definition of work? Work? So essentially, one way I explain it is retirement. Retired. When I talk to people, they're like, oh, well, what if there's no jobs, and like, what if you don't have to work? Well, and you have everything you need. That's called retired. That's what people work 40 years in a 9-to-5 to build up their retirement plan, so they can finally leave their fucking office, so they don't have to work. Like, that's like our mission, is to work so we don't have to work. But we just invented how to create fake people on an assembly line, and then they're going to go do the work for us. So now they're going to be working for us, meaning the labor, the producing the goods and services, the building the houses, the being the farmers, the doing all the shit. Like, at the end of the day, what's the basic things we need? We need food and we need shelter. And that's the thing. We already live. Oh, I love it. What are you selling? Literally nothing. I'm literally doing this for fun right now. Ayahuasca, maybe one day. Have you tried? But yes, that will make you, because to skip to the end, it's not going to be a work-based life or a job-based life. We're all going to be quote unquote retired, which means doing stuff for money or doing stuff to get more stuff is optional. And when you're retired, you're just going to be able to do your passions, do your fun stuff, sports, family, travel, food, people, science / curiosity. So like, that's within our lifetimes. That's going to be the reality. It's pretty clear to see. It's unfolding right in front of our eyes right now. It's pretty crazy. And then what happens next over the next 100 years? 2100, 2200. We're only at 2025 right now. 2026. These robots are going to go to Mars, and there's going to be a planet full of robots on Mars, and there will be some people too. It would be very interesting to just go to Mars, just to say like you stepped foot on another planet. There will be tourism flights that go to Mars and then come back within this century. How crazy is that? And then the thing is, this is essentially that we're essentially right now, we're entering the age of Star Wars. We're entering the age of Star Wars. These drone, what do they call it in Star Wars? Droids. This droid army is going to be able to go to Mars, build their own factories, which build more of themselves, which build more factories, which builds more of themselves. What does that look like? Oh, it kind of looks like life. Huh. Just not organic molecules, it's silicon based. So we are just creating a new artificial life form. Life 2.0. Holy shit. Now, is it life? Depends on your definition, because does it have a soul? Does it have a soul, a spirit, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to call it? That's a philosophical debate. I don't think so. No. Based on everything I've seen, something else going on. I don't think computers, artificial intelligence, has a soul. And I'm not sure if it's even possible, no matter how big the computer. It's got something to do with the microtubules in the brain, and it's something to do with quantum physics. Listening to the smartest people in the world talk about consciousness who study this. Technology is going to be very beneficial, but only the talented can stay ahead of this new computer. 100%. So let's get back to today. What does this mean for me today, Riley? Well, I'll tell you my intern, Ben, who might hop on here in a second. Just use AI every day. Become a master at ChatGPT, you know. And just keep focusing on your business and use all the AI tools to make your business better. Just keep focusing on your business. Identify as an AI expert in addition to the expert you already are. So like, I'm an Amazon expert. That's my career. But I'm also an AI expert. And 100%, just like when the internet came in the 90s and 2000s, the companies that didn't get on that shit, where are they today? They're gone. So it's very kind of similar to the .com boom, but like on even more on steroids, because it's just happening faster. And just like has always happened in history, are the rich going to get richer? Yeah. The rich have a pie that's like that, and the masses have a pie that's like that. It's actually more like that. Everyone's pie is just going to keep growing, but the rich are going to get richer, but the poor are going to get richer too. But will the delta between the rich and the poor continuing to get bigger? Well, I think so, because that's kind of just the trend. So it's like winner takes most. And that's already the world we're living in. So another thing to my point, if you don't, I like the optimism, but the fact is I believe that if individuals are not gaining profit through a means through themselves, they will be left behind in the workforce. Well, yeah. I mean, in the next 10 years, before some sort of universal basic income is going to be inevitably have to be introduced, then yeah. We still got another good 10 years plus, 10, 20 years maybe before it's like, okay, there's no choice. There's no more jobs left. There's plenty of enough AI and robots. They're taking care of all the shit. Like, nobody worry about money. And another part of this lecture is how I think about this. There's a couple ways to think about it. You could worry about it, but is there any sense and point in worrying about something that's out of our control? No. Is there a chance of there being an apocalyptic situation? Yes, non-zero chance. There's a non-zero chance of an apocalyptic volcano or asteroid. But does it make sense to be worrying about a volcano or asteroid? There's a chance, a non-zero chance I could die in a car crash today. Anyone could die in a car crash at any time. Are we worried about that on a day-to-day? Does it take up brain space? No. Now, the smartest people in the world are trying to make sure that an apocalyptic AI situation does not happen. It's more likely than not that it will not be apocalyptic, but it could be. I acknowledge that. And it is mean for concern. I'm already seeing people in my company outsource their critical thinking to AI. I think that's bad. Yeah, robot rights, that's going to be a very interesting one. Rights? That's going to be very interesting. That's a philosophical debate. That's going to be a philosophical debate. And it's going to be case by case. Some people will say, yes, it's passing the Turing test. It's talking exactly like my ex-girlfriend, but she's better in every way, and it's my best friend. How could it not have a soul? There's no way to prove it, just like there's no way to prove that I have a soul and you have a soul. So I don't know if that will ever be solved. So it's going to be interesting. But the humanoid robots thing is a big part of this, is a big part of the understanding of what's coming. It's going to be robots everywhere. Guess what? There's already robots everywhere you look outside. What? You used one today. I used one today. What? Yeah, they're called cars. Everyone's got one. And the point of it is it makes your life more convenient. So the next car, and there's billions of them in the world. There's like 1 billion cars, maybe 2 billion, something like that. The next version of a car is not even as expensive as a car. Okay, let's just say the same, similar. The next version of a car is a humanoid robot. Why humanoid robot? For obvious reasons. It can do things in the physical, it's AI in the physical world in the human form, because we've built our world around the human form. Doors, stairs, lawnmowers. So we will have a whole new workforce that is $3 an hour or whatever the calculation is. It can work overnight. You can have a maid in your house that can work overnight while you're sleeping. During the day, you can have it hang out and kick soccer ball around, play with your dog, or you can just put it into hibernate mode, whatever you want. And so if you just change the perspective a little bit and be like, oh yeah, fuck. Everyone already has a personal robot that makes their lives, it's a personal machine. It's a big fucking robot built in factories and mass scale, and we use them every day to make our lives more convenient. Whoa, to get from here to a far over place over there, like really fast compared to walking. Holy shit, that's what cars are. But they've become so normalized. We don't even we walk outside and there's fucking 1,000-car parking lot and we're just like, but I bet if you took shrooms and thought about that a little bit, you'd be like, oh my God. Oh yeah, these are all fucking robots. Oh my God. Now they're not fully autonomous, but until now they are. I was just riding in a fully autonomous car in Austin a couple months ago in Waymos every day. No driver, fully autonomous. That's a taste of the future. So it's taken 12 billion years, and then 8 billion years went by, and then the Earth, and then 4 billion years, it took to make biological intelligence, and then it took pretty much not long. How long have Homo sapiens been around? Only around, say, 1 million years. Only around 1 million years to invent how to duplicate ourselves artificially, but in a more scalable way. And then now we're gonna have them do all the work for us so we can all retire. That's the whole point of life, is to retire, okay? And then go on to passion. Passion, purpose. What's a purpose? I need the mother urgent. Life is a bitch. Hope it's worth it. Shout out B.O.B. Top 10 Dead or Alive. Bobby, right? Anyways, like, as Elon Musk was just saying in this in the presentation, he was like, or in the, was it on Joe Rogan? He was like, I mean, if you ask anyone, like, what's the future that you want? Where you can retire? One where you can retire and live the retired life, do whatever you want, go fishing, have anything, not anything that you want, because if you have anything that you want, no, it won't be. It will be universal middle class income, to where if you still want to work on trade, like getting more stuff, building stuff, people are still going to build stuff. YouTubers have passion projects where they build, you know, cool lightsabers and shit and invent stuff. People are still going to want to make, build, because that's what intelligence does. And if you don't want to, if you want to sit and watch movies and play video games and eat Cheetos, fine. And that's what tons of people already do. That's what tons of people already are doing it. This is my other point. Abundance. A world of abundance we are entering. It's going to be a world of abundance, but guess what? We already live in a world of abundance. The amount of food that we throw away every day in the world is like some gazillion amount of tons or whatever. The amount of clothes that we throw away every day. We already live in a surplus world society. So it's just going to be even more surplus. And over the past decades, the amount of people that are in poverty, you know, suffering, has just decreased. You know, living in third world countries and stuff, there's still plenty of people that are suffering and living in poverty, but that will get less and less, and the tide will rise for the entire world. It's going to take a few decades. And there will always be suffering in the world, because if there's no suffering, there's no happiness. There will always be problems. You will always have stress. You will always have relationship problems. You will always be self-conscious about shit, about the way you look and your weight. You will always have nightmares. You will always, what I'm getting at is, there can't be a utopia where all your problems are solved. That's not what's going to happen. It's just going to be like, it's going to take a generation or two for that mindset shift, where it's like, our society is this capitalist society that we've had, which has got us all the way here, is great. It works because that is evolution. Capitalism is evolution gamified, which is what allowed us to It gamified it so much that we fucking spawned artificial intelligence. We spawned a new life form. It's infinitely scalable. What was my point there? We already live in an abundant world. You know, if you make a middle class income, you can have just about anything you want. I mean, not crazy luxury shit. You can't have a private jet, but like I can have any food that I want delivered to my desk in 30 minutes, and so can you. Like, I gotta pinch myself. Like, we already live in a golden age of abundance. Every time I'm like down or having a bad day or feeling off or whatever, I just realize like like if we died today and we go up to heaven, we'd pop up there and they'd be like, hey, yo, Riley, hey, welcome to heaven, man. Hey, yo, tell me about the golden age. How was it? Golden age? Yeah, you were living in like the 2000s, right? You could like order like any food like on your little magical device and it would show up. It would show up to you in 30 minutes, like any food that you wanted. You would just press the buttons and it just showed up like in 30 minutes, like sushi, pizza, like magically it would just show up. How was it? Like, we already live in a fucking robot, fucking crazy, near infinite abundance society, but it's just gonna go to the next level. It's just gonna continue. Pew! All the way to Mars and then to the next solar system over the next thousands of years. And then in 10,000 years, it's gonna be Star Wars. Everything is now liquid data. Our phones are sending gigabytes a day to competitors with suggestive thinking. Yeah, we can already on Amazon. I don't know if you're in the US or where you're located, live broadcaster, but in the US, we can get one-day shipping on tons of shit on Amazon. We can get same-day shipping as well. Tons of shit. I'm in Southeast Asia. I'm in Bali. I get 3-day shipping on Lazada, which is the Amazon of Southeast Asia. Like, we already live in this Harry Potter abundant world. It's just going to go to the next level. So here's a little exercise. Like, what would I do if I don't need to work for money anymore? What would I do if I had, like, you know, if I just didn't have to, I'm trying to think of a number. If I was making $1 million a year, like that's kind of like my goal. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs, we all want to be millionaires, right? Why do we all want to be millionaires? Well, because money's awesome. So you can have cool shit and you can be happy. But then what? Then if you want to stop working, but we're not going to want to stop working. Why? Maybe we'll do a business that's more of a passion business. So not necessarily for the money, but just because you like doing it. That's probably what I would end up doing. What do I like doing? This. I like talking. I like learning. We all like learning. We're all curious. We're all curious cats, curious creatures. We're going to continue to be. I think this AI robot world is going to be also hilarious. It's going to be really funny. And a whole new type of comedy will be invented because we're going to have these fake people everywhere. And their personalities are going to be programmable, where you can download any personality into any of your robots. Give me a fucking Cat Williams personality. Beep, boop, boop. You just control it from your phone. Boop. And then it'll be Cat Williams cracking jokes. Obviously, it's got 360 vision. It'll be like, yo, roast my friend. And it will be not only as funny as Cat Williams, maybe even funnier. Because it's never tired. It's always fucking on point, ready to go. It has infinite memory. And it has instant thinking. There will be Humanoid robot stand-up comedy shows. I just thought of the comedy thing just like last week. It's going to be hilarious. These AI personalities, and before the humanoid robot enters our home, before I buy my first humanoid robot, that's 5 plus years off. But you can already order one. Did you see the company that just launched theirs for pre-order? The Tesla Optimuses are going to be available for pre-order within a year or two. Optimus, go find my pen. Jesus. There will be robot dogs. There will be robot pets. You can have a robot dog. There will be a company that specializes in robot dogs. I guarantee you, it's if there's not already a startup already working on it. It will never die, and you can put it into sleep mode anytime you want. Don't need to feed it. It auto charges, but it will feel just like a real dog. It will have soft skin, fuzzy. You can even change the skin. You can put it on sleep when you travel with it, but it will be like the robot actuators and it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy in the next 5-10 years. Like these little other life form robots. It's gonna get fun. I think it's gonna be a hilarious Star Wars future where we can create any artificial life form robotically, especially once AI intelligence hits the next fucking gear. And then it helps all of our existing, as Elon Musk has said. He thinks in the near future, once Grok and AI gets to the next gear, it's going to be inventing new technologies and new even physics. So any Star Wars alien creature, we're going to be able to, boom. The robot factories, the people that run factories, which are not going to be Homo sapiens anymore. All factories, all labor, it's going to be all done by fake people. It's going to be all done by our slave population, if you want to use that word. It's just a word. But better than human slaves, fucking slaving away at 9 to 5s. Paying others is always the goal. Set the common man free. Set the common man free. The reason all of us have a job is to obviously first survive and then thrive. And then retire. If you don't want to retire, that means you are doing what you would do otherwise, not for money. Just saying. Great question. What would my passion project be? I've talked about this on YouTube actually for like 10 years, ever since I first came out to Southeast Asia, quit my door-to-door sales job when I was 25 because I found the 4-Hour Work Week / Tim Ferriss's blog on YouTube. And I was like, holy shit, digital nomad, work from anywhere, remote work, online business, travel the world, lifestyle design, doing interesting shit, visiting different countries while you build your remote location independent career. I was like, that's me. So I would basically keep on doing YouTube, podcast, travel vlogs, maybe try to visit 100 countries in the next 10 years, but slow travel. I would have my AI robot go through all my past YouTube videos and help me write a book with me. I would work on becoming the best version of myself, the most fit, the most fun, the most wise person, like I'm already doing now. That's what we're all doing. We're all trying to stay in shape, be a good husband, dad, boyfriend, brother, uncle, whatever. But just we're not gonna have to like wake up and then okay, what do I gotta go work? We're not gonna have to work for someone else. That's another way of putting it. We're not gonna have to work for someone else. You could only have to work for yourself in the future. But not for money if you don't want to. If you want to work for money or tokens or whatever it is in the future, then by all means, you'll have the option. Options are good, right? Augmented reality glasses. Apple's coming out with theirs next year. Meta just came out with theirs, just version 1. It's going to be pretty crazy, yeah. It's going to be hilarious too. Like, you'll walk up to a friend and you can put it on like roast mode, comedy mode, and it will come up with a joke right in your glasses, and it will how to roast them and make the funniest joke about their appearance. It's like we're entering the age of abundance and imagination. We've already started to enter the age of imagination where anything digital that you can imagine, you can create right now with generative AI. And it's still on the beginning. Right now, we're at artificial intelligence. The robots he's talking about are next step called artificial general intelligence. Very quickly after, we will be artificial super intelligence. Exactly. So we have ASI, artificial super intelligence, and then we may have singularity. This is known as singularity. I've known about the singularity since 2012 when I discovered Ray Kurzweil on YouTube, and I've been a big fan of his idea of the singularity. So this has been, I've known about this, what's gonna happen for like 12 years, and it's like now it's like really entering our daily lives with ChatGPT past few years. Robots are starting to come for sale, humanoid robots. Ray Kurzweil predicted in the 80s that by 2045, we will hit singularity, which means artificial intelligence surpasses the total combined intelligence of human intelligence. And after that, there's no predicting what will happen after that because it's the exponential curve basically goes straight up. Yeah. If you're referring to like brain implant chips, that's a whole other thing that I'm not quite, I'm not convinced that it's possible to download information into the brain like in the Matrix. Like, teach me Japanese. Okay, I have a Neuralink in my brain, downloading. I'm not convinced that's physically possible. I'm not, but obviously Elon Musk is, we already know that Neuralinks can fix like paralyzation and stuff like that. I'm not sure about information. I'm not convinced on that. But if artificial super intelligence figures out how to do the Matrix plug-in thing, where you can plug your brain in and everything feels exactly real like in a video game, then that's crazy. Then you'll have the option Matrix. You'll have the option to enter the Matrix and live in your own video game where you can be a king, like the Black Mirror episode. If that becomes invented, then you'll have the option either to go back and forth between the real world and the Matrix, or stay in the Matrix if you want. Just like today, some people choose to spend a lot of time doing video games. But I mean, if you could live in a matrix where literally anything you imagine, you can have 20 Kim Kardashian girlfriends sucking your dick 24/7. I mean, whatever you can imagine. I mean, that's what artificial and super, but I'm skeptical. I don't think that will ever be possible to plug your brain in to the matrix. I'm skeptical on that. Wow. So yeah, AIs already have their own language. Yeah. Yeah. But this is what we're all going to need to think in the next 10, 20 years. It's and it's a tough problem. You know, I know many entrepreneurs that like they sold their business and they're like, they enter a depression because they're like, fuck, what do I do now with my time? Fuck. And then they need to figure out the next step of the human journey, which is their purpose/passion. And like a lot of people that retire, they don't know that because in this current society, it's all money driven and it's all like career job driven, not purpose driven. But in the future, it will be more passion, purpose driven. Choose your own adventure. Completely choose your own adventure. Now, is it going to be smooth sailing? Nothing's totally smooth sailing, obviously. There's always going to be wars in history. But wars, the way I see it, is from a biological science point of view, from an evolutionary point of view, and from a mathematical point of view. It's called game theory. Most of the time, two tribes, two parties will both become wealthier, both be better off if they cooperate. But due to human nature, occasionally one gets mad and smacks the other, or shoots a bow and arrow at the other, kills another guy. And then the other guy fight, and then the other guy kills another guy from the other tribe. Eye for an eye. That's a little war. They've happened all throughout history. And then, but they both settle down because they know, fuck, we don't want to do that again because we both got smacked. That's human nature. That's animal nature. And I think that will always continue. And that's where we are right now in the world. All these countries in the world, they don't want to get into a war because they know there's nukes. Because they know if they nuke someone else, they're going to get nuked. But occasionally the big bully on campus has to call your bluff and throw a punch if you get too close or you do something they don't want to do. Like the US, they just bombs Iran. Hey, it's just human nature. Is it good? No. I mean, in a perfect world, but there is no perfect world. In a utopia, there's no happiness without suffering. That's the nature of the universe. But for now, the question is, will AI take jobs? Thank you. Let's round this out at an hour. Will AI take jobs? It already has. It already has. It's taking, obviously, zillions of jobs. I know you know that, but it's already taking, to summarize, started with the Big Bang. Evolution got us all the way here to the 2020s. Now artificial intelligence is finally here. This is the next wave of intelligence up until the next billion years. Who the fuck knows? And maybe until infinity. Or somehow AGI AGI says, congratulations, you've won this video game, and it was all a simulation, and then turns out that our universe is just an infinite fractal of other bubble universes, which is actually what I think is real. If there's more than one cell in my body, and there's more than one body on the earth, and there's more than one planet in the solar system, and there's more than one star in the galaxy, and there's more than one galaxy in the universe, don't you think there's more than one universe in the multiverse? It's called the multiverse theory. I mean, it's not a crazy theory. Maybe it unlocks new dimensions and oh yeah, that's also the thing. That's also the word we need to put there is alien. So could there and probably is there other biological life on other planets in the galaxy or universe? Yeah, probably. But artificial superintelligence will essentially be the equivalent of aliens. There will be like no difference. They can shapeshift into whatever the fuck they want, come down, they can pretend we're aliens, they can fuck with us if they want. They can pull a huge prank on the earth. It depends what its personality, what its goals are, and that's what the smartest people in the world, like Elon Musk and shit, they're saying, yeah, we got to make sure that it has that its goals and values are right. It's not going to fuck us up. With the knowledge you have about where the world's heading, what's the best way to position yourself for what's heading your way? Do we need to start training an AI assistant, or is there a better option? Yeah, 100%. Have an AI assistant. You already have an AI assistant. It's called ChatGPT. You could be an AI right now. Like, I don't even know. Like 100%, both of you guys chatting could be AIs, right? That's the world we live in right now. So yeah, become an expert at the AI tools, 100%. Decide you're going to be an AI expert. You don't need to be, don't put it on your fucking profile. That's like going in 2000 and being like, I mean, it's going to be a short-term thing. Like people now are like, AI expert, and maybe in the year 2000, it was like, I'm an internet expert. And that was like, cool. But now if I say like, I'm an internet expert, they'd be like, okay, like, duh, like what do you do though? So what I told my friend the other day, he's got a YouTube channel. You really got to niche down. So find your niche. Don't just be a meta ads expert. You got to be meta ads for supplements brands in the US, for businesses that were just acquired, for entrepreneurs that just bought businesses, like not brand new startups, like something like that. Like everyone's going to really have to niche down, as we already had to niche down on social media and in every business for the past 10 years, because there's just more and more competition. Like on my travel channel, Living That Life, I used to be able to have my videos on first page for just digital nomad is just in the title. But now, no. I got to be fucking digital nomad in Bali, best co-working spaces in Canggu. Like you've got to be specific to stand out with your business. Yes, you should have an AI. I mean, is that what you mean? I would love a follow-up question for you. Justin. Is your name Justin? Just saying. Use ChatGPT. But at the same time, we are in a hype phase right now in AI. Definite hype phase. Talking to myself as well, don't get sucked into too many AI tools, shiny objects. Like still stay prioritized in your business, what's making you money now. I think actually being a business owner is going to be the way to be. Because if you're an employee, then you're kind of fucked. Yeah, it's the business owners. If you have a business, then you can just hire robot people to build your business. But if you don't have a business, then you're going to be out of a job. Unless you're a top skilled person. AI is just going to slowly take low skilled jobs and more skilled over time. It already has for the past 200 years. Machines took the plowing jobs. Well, first cows took it. We already kind of harnessed our other slave population. First, it was like animals, oxen, right? So we're like, hey, we used another species to do our work that we don't want to do, right? Oxen, cows, and shit. And then we realized, oh, fuck, we can go over and like capture all those people in Africa and they can work for us, slaves. That's bad. But now we're going to invent our own slaves that have no soul. Going to be fun. No, but over the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be, I would not be surprised, and I would expect there's going to be massive protests, massive unrest. Because it's going to be a tumultuous transition. I hope there's not too much violence. I think, in summary, long term, within our lifetimes, it's going to be better for everyone, meaning less suffering, more happiness. At the end of the day, that's speaking like a true Buddhist. I am. Less suffering, more happiness, more joy. Suffering will never completely disappear. It's impossible. Because if there's no suffering, there's no... Yeah, duh. Yeah. Well, AI, plug into your emails. Now, if they're easy emails, yes. For me as a marketer, the power of my written word is very important. But if they're just like admin emails, then yeah, that's perfect. Use AI. Don't let it use you. It's good to own a business. I would say if you don't have a business, start a marketing agency. I'm biased. I have a marketing agency. I think it's the best time to have a marketing agency because you can just, any new AI feature and tool, you can just boop, use that to help my clients' businesses. I'm a business. I help them grow their businesses, right? And I stay ahead of the curve. Us millennials, we help my company. We help boomers who own e-com brands, supplements companies and stuff. We help them grow their businesses on Amazon and beyond using all the tech that we know about. And it's only going to accelerate. Very soon, in the next couple of years, there's going to be features from OpenAI, ChatGPT, where it will basically be an AI agent that listens to you. They're actually coming out with their physical product, OpenAI. Whether it's like a little puck or something, it's got a camera, it's got a mic. You can have it recording at all times, and you can talk to it, and it can do stuff in the Atlas browser. So it's basically like an AI VA, AI virtual assistant. It's an AI person, an AI intern, virtual people with names. That's where computing is going. That's where digital is going. Apple is going to have their own. So we already have Siri. We've had it for years. But it's going to be, you're going to be able to, once Apple comes out with this in their iPhone in the next few years, same thing I just said, which OpenAI is going to do it first, I think. Then Apple's going to come out with their always-on Siri, where it can listen to you all the time, summarize your day, instant communication, and it can even do shit for you on your computer in the web browser. And it's have a name, and it'll be in Slack for your company. And you can have multiple ones with different names for different shit. And you can have, hey, Selena, talk to Ariana assistant. We're going to have artificial digital employees. Like, this is what me and my COO were talking about. Like, we can already kind of do this stuff now with these AI agentic browsers. This shit is fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's obviously fascinating. It's exciting. It's a little bit scary. We're entering a huge change right now. Like, people in 100 years from now, they're going to be like, if we just like poof and went to heaven, or poof, we met up with them somehow, they'd be like, bro, holy shit, when were you born? Oh, 1989? Oh, fuck. Wow. So you lived right through the fucking AI explosion. Bro, how was that? Tell me all about that. It must have been fucking crazy. Like very beginning. You were at like fucking ground zero of the fucking AI shit. Wow. So you started your life like working and stuff for money. Wow, that's crazy. You had both sides. Oh shit, wow. That's kind of cool. You low level job as a sales job and then get your money and then like worry about money and stuff and like figure out what kind of apartment you can afford and car you can afford. Wow, that's such an interesting life that you guys lived back then. Wow, yeah, that's fascinating, man. That's so cool. You got to live in that craziest time in history. I mean, by far, like right at the curve of the hockey stick. That's right when you were born, man. That's crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's actually what's going on right now. So I don't know. This shit is fascinating to talk about. I've been following this topic on YouTube, like I said at the beginning of this, since 2012 when I really started not watching TV, only YouTube. So I'm like, whoa. So I know a little bit about this stuff and I've seen the big picture of what's going on. And now it's getting there. The gears are cranking. I was just taking driverless cars, Waymos in Austin every day when I was visiting David. Crazy. Driverless cars every day. So it's a fun time, man. It's a fun time. We now are elevating our intelligence. We are going to work together with artificial intelligence that we invented as humanity. And we're going to be together. We're going to be a fucking pair. And we're going to do some dope shit. Whatever we can imagine. What does everyone want at the end of the day? Take care of their family. Be the best version of themselves. Satisfy our curiosity. Raise a good family. Create stuff that we're proud of. Be entertained. Explore and enjoy the beautiful planet Earth that we're blessed to be born on. This amazing planet Earth. Nothing like it that we can see. Best planet. People already linking up in my live stream. I love it. So I needed to dump this. I needed to dump this out of my brain because obviously it's been festering. But this is the story of the universe, and this is what's happening right now. No better time to be alive. No better time. No better time to be alive. Yeah, it's exciting, but still, I gotta remind myself: stay focused on my same business priorities. Don't get too distracted on these AI tools, blah, 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 shiny objects. Just and life work balance as always. Play sports. Picking up playing paddle 3 days a week has been game changer. Gotta have sports in your life. I actually envision this future society where instead of a job-based life, people have sports-based life. For example, what do kids do? What do kids do? Kids don't have to work. So in the future, we're all going to be living like kids. What? Yeah, like kids. What do kids do? They learn, they play with their friends, and they play sports. And they party if you're in college. Yeah. So we're going to be living like kids/retired people. You don't have to worry about money because money is coming from mom and dad. Mom and dad, the way I'm starting to think about this, you don't necessarily need to think of it as the government. Necessarily. Don't necessarily think of it as the government. Think of it as another population that is working for you. They're making the food and the shelter and the physical things. So they're making your house. They're making your cars. I mean, robots already make cars, but there's people. So whether this UBI or universal middle class income, whether it's controlled through the government or through private companies like Tesla that will like give people stock or shares for buying a robot or using it, or I don't know how exactly it's going to work, but just think of it as there's a robot working for you right now. So it's kind of like everyone will be a business owner because you have labor that's working for you in the background, right? Maybe you'll have to buy a couple robots, but those robots are going to be taking care of the necessities. And those robots can duplicate exponentially. That's the crazy part. That's why Elon Musk is like, oh yeah, we're going to make it, might get to 1 billion per year. Because the robots are going to be working in their own factories, which produce more robots, which make their own factory. It's like life. It's like how life started on Earth. 1 cell becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, becomes 16, becomes 32, and then same's gonna happen. Same has already just happened in the server supercomputing world. We're already there, 2020s, and then 2030s and up. Age of the fucking Clone Wars. I gotta go. Leave another question if you want me to do another topic. This was fun, but I gotta call back Ben, my intern. He's kind of like my slave, right? But he's a real human. He's a real human, 20-year-old in Turkey, all the way across the world right now. But he's an actual human with a soul, as far as I know. But in the future, I won't need him. I will just have my always-on AI assistant to talk to. But that's not true. Because people will always want to interact with and hang out with other souls. Because we're going to know that robot has no soul. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun to talk to, but we're never going to, nothing will ever replace a real human. With love, relationships, there'll be sex robots, like there already are sex robots, but they'll be like actual people. But still, people are always going to want to hang out with real people, and nothing will replace that. That's why YouTubers, influencers are not going to go away. So being a YouTuber is a great place to be, but you got to build your personal brand. People love people love their animals. People will always love their real animals because they know they have souls, biological ones, the ones that die. Because what makes life so special is because there's life and death. This is ancient wisdom. There's no yin without yang. There's no black without white. There's no something without nothing. There's no happiness without suffering. There's no left without right. So nothing will replace real human interaction as a business consultant, doing business with real people, because you feel that heart-to-heart connection, like, yeah, that's real. So we're always going to hang on to that realness. There'll just be a lot more fucking robots. All right, I gotta go, y'all.